It's Charlie from Daily Motor, and today we've got the sound system demo of the 2022 Hummer EV pickup and its 14-speaker Bose audio system. This is going to be an in-depth review. We're going to take a look at how the infotainment system works, take a look at audio adjustments, inputs, controls, speaker locations, Android Auto, and Apple CarPlay. Then we're going to go out on the road and listen to these sample tracks while we're rolling, and I'll give you my thoughts at the end. If you don't care about any of that stuff at the beginning, you just want to hear the music, click ahead in the video. We've got chapters to get you right to the tunes. Before we get started, let's hop out and take a look at this thing. I have been very excited about the new Hummer EV. I was never really into Hummers in the past, but throw an electric powertrain in there and now you're speaking my sort of language. This thing has been so much fun to drive. Quick shout out to Gowling, Buick, and GMC here in Lake Orion, Michigan that have allowed us to go out. It's actually a customer's car. It's already been delivered, but shout out to that customer as well for letting us spend time with it here in a beautiful snowy day, southeastern Michigan. If you do want to see more on the Hummer pickup, check the link in the description. We've got a bit of a first drive review. And once we get the truck back to DMHQ, later on, some nicer weather, we'll be sure to do a range test, a little bit more of a DM test drive. So we always do these tests with lossless, uncompressed WAV audio files on a USB stick plugged directly into the system, and high-quality Roland binaural microphones in both of my ears, giving you the most realistic audio system demo on YouTube. We also do the test with the sound settings set to their factory defaults, so let's take a look at those now. Pretty unique infotainment system here for the Hummer. You can see some little bit of reminiscence of older GM systems, but this one is pretty darn good. It's very responsive. You can see all the different menus. Let's see if we can get some Google Maps. This is actual Google Maps here, so it's really cool. We went through it a little bit more on our first drive review, but it's a very nice system to use. If we go over here, we've always got this sidebar with our quick shortcuts, and you've got your media screen here. I don't know why this isn't coming up as maps, but I bet, yeah, we could go through to various side screens there, so that's kind of cool. Anyway, here's your music screen. Let's go down and then over to sound settings. For equalizer, you have bass, mid-range, and treble. Let's go through those now. Outside of that, you have your standard front, rear, left, right, fader, and balance, and surprisingly, that's it. No sort of center point adjustments, no sort of 9-band equalizer, anything like that. So pretty basic from that front. For audio adjustments, you have a nice volume knob here. I'm glad they put a good knob. In fact, there's a lot of physical controls that work really well in the Hummer. It's a little cheaper feeling, but it does have nice clicks. It's easy enough to use. You also have volume on the rear of the right side of the steering wheel. For track selection, do you have a seek knob? I do not see any sort of track select buttons, unless there's some sort of weird shortcut that I don't know about that you can actually do track selection there. Then you would actually have to go on the media screen here, click through there. Let's see if you're on map, would there be any way to do it? No, I do not see any media adjustment button. So again, unless I'm mistaken, unless there's some shortcut I don't know about, you would have to use either the steering wheel controls, left side there, or go to media and change the track that way. For audio inputs in the new Hummer, you have your standard AM, FM, Sirius XM satellite radio, Bluetooth, USB-A and USB-C data ports, Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, both wired and wireless. You also have some streaming functions as well. You've got Google Podcasts, Google News, and I'm sure you'll be able to add some in the future. So what does that mean you're missing? Well, there's no 3.5mm auxiliary input jack, but other than that, that's going to have all the inputs that you...
Almost crashed into something 6 figures. Jeez.
Woo! Anyway.
Look at him. He's
almost just had to file an insurance claim there. Both health and vehicle. Anyway. And that's it. So most of the inputs that you're going to need. Speaker locations. As I said, this is a 14-speaker system. Starting in the bottom left, you've got 1. It's a kind of a door woofer. 2, what Bose actually calls a twiddler. So it's kind of a mid-range speaker there. 3, tweeter. 4, center speaker. 5, 6, 7. Coming out here, stepping way down. Almost slipping, in fact. That's kind of slippery there. 7, you've got 8 right there. Look at the fun moon accents on the Bose speaker grill. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 in the C pillars here, and then a subwoofer underneath there making 14. Ugh! Dirty hand. Apple CarPlay and Android Auto demonstration. Let's start off with Android Auto first. We actually have not hooked in before, so this will be a fresh launch for Android Auto. You can see we're getting an Android Auto screen right away. There it goes with some accept screens. And we're up and running. And look at this. This is actually widescreen Android Auto. So you've got kind of your clock on the side here, and that means if I go to YouTube Music, then that's going to give us our Google Maps on the side. There's your home screen. Nice resolution. Everything looks really crisp. Response rate seems to be pretty good. Refresh rate's a little low. That could be due to the phone as well. There's your settings screen. All right, how about Apple CarPlay? I do appreciate that you can do data through both USB ports, the A and the C, so that means I can keep my USB music running while I plug in Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Getting the Apple CarPlay screen, launching very smoothly as well. Oh, and that's interesting. Apple CarPlay actually killed my USB audio. I bet I can go back to it, but you see this is the narrower format. No widescreen Apple CarPlay here, but you do have your maps. There's your home screen. Again, a little bit of a low refresh rate. The responsiveness is good. Refresh rate's a little low. Settings. There's Waze. All right, let's get the music going again and get this thing out on the road. there's a hollowness to the sound. Right in those kind of mid-ranges, you can hear those bass drum hits. It's a bit boomy, and it's not giving me the satisfying low-end power and punch that I would expect from this song. I'm kind of surprised in a smaller cabin like this that they couldn't have turned up the bass from the subwoofer a little bit more, maybe a little bit from the door woofers, calmed things down in these mid-level twiddlers, if you will, that's the name of the speaker, and kind of just gotten a more rounded out sound. It's a little too strong in the mid-range, but let's test out the bass on this next song, turn it all the way up, see how it sounds. Like it to be a little bit more powerful. I'm actually feeling it a lot on my legs and a little bit in my seat as well. But I think at this price point, people are going to be expecting some real ear-shattering bass, and they're not quite getting it. My thoughts on the Bose 14 speaker sound system here in the new electric Hummer. Gonna be honest, I was hoping for a little bit more. I know that Bose can do more impressive systems. They did it in the Corvette. They even did it with the 7-speaker system that we just listened to in the GMC Sierra. So for $100,000, people are gonna be wanting a little bit more of an impressive sound system. This is checking boxes at a $40,000 or $50,000 range, but again, it should be a more well-balanced system, and you should have more adjustments too. Just that 3-band equalizer, no sort of surround or anything. People are going to be a bit disappointed in that. Overall, I'd be giving this a B. It's a little bit above average. It still sounds good. It's not harsh on the ears, but again, at this price point, you'd be expecting a little bit more. So thank you all so much for watching. If you do want to see our first drive on this Hummer, check the link in the description, and we'll be doing more videos later on this year covering this in all sorts of different forms. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. I'm Charlie from Daily Motor, and as always, drive on.